We should be live on YouTube too. Let me grab the link for the stream like I've been doing. Pin that in the Twitch chat. Grab the current live stream. There we go. Grab the link. And sentient sloths, hello. Oh, nice dance emote. Nice Teutonic Night dance. Let's see how long the pin to comment works. So live on YouTube now. There's the link. I pinned it in the chat for the 4K set, or for the 4K stream. Twitch saying I'm unstable, but that's okay. I'm fine. Ellen Drex, thank you for the sub. I'll count to Partner Plus. Thank you very much. And this video has an hour left to render, so chances are it stops rendering during the stream. And hello on YouTube. Hello, Ignacio. How you doing? So this is the challenge. We need to get Margougou ready. And looks like we have the draft links. Let's go. Alright, all ready and waiting to go. So I'll get the drafts in the VOD too. Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you. Oop, I need to join this as a spectator. There we go. Oh, Margougou made it. Wonderful. He got out of bed, avoided his door. So welcome everyone. We'll get the show on the road in just a moment as they're doing their drafts. So I have something. And hello. I need to. Can I increase the size of this YouTube chat? Oh, I can. Lovely. Hello, Tiavilo T99. 9 more than T90. So I'm gonna try out something interesting today, and I actually could use feedback from anyone who is in the chat right now. And I'm gonna open Capture Age, and I need you to tell me if I swap to this scene. Make sure it's not black. Does the mouse cursor look weird at all? Does it feel like a normal mouse cursor? Does it seem normal to you? Does anything seem weird about the mouse cursor? This is something I was up late. Looks fine. Let me tell you what I'm doing here, because the mouse cursor in Capture Age. Oh, my desktop audio is off. Let me turn that on. I wasn't recording sound for a moment. That's not good. Let me just make sure that I got sound, and you can hear music, right? You can hear music. Okay, we're good. So if I go to Capture Age right now, I'm going to turn on the normal Capture Age cursor. And you see how small that looks? I felt like when I was casting it was just way too small. And you'll see how now it turns to the hand cursor, but it's really small. So what I did is I wrote a quick Python script to work as a server and send stuff to my my browser source. So I made a browser source that has this cursor icon, and I have a server running on my PC that sends the position of the mouse cursor to that server, so I can use a normal-sized mouse cursor. Because any attempt to Capture Age doesn't give you a setting to change your cursor size. I tried to just increase my cursor size in Windows, and that didn't affect it. So I grabbed the larger cursor icon, Because there are two cursors in game, a small one and a large one. And Capture Age apparently uses the small one, so I just grabbed the large one. And you'll see that it doesn't turn to a hand because I'm just updating it based on the position. So I'm trying to make this stream as optimized as I can, and I was up writing a good 10 lines of code in Python to do this. So much effort for such a small thing, so much effort for such a less small thing now. Yeah, so I'm not capturing the cursor in Capture Age. The one thing that I'll need to pay attention to is whether the box appears when I'm dragging units. So we're gonna have a map draft. Let me actually just maybe try that out. If I capture both cursors at the same time, can you tell that there's another cursor behind it? No, I think it's actually completely covered. So maybe that's an option if we don't get the box that gets dragged in game. Here you'll see the hand icon maybe? No, it's actually kind of covered too. Okay, well, we'll see what happens as we go. For now, I'll just keep capture cursor off, and we'll see how it goes. But yes, I've been hacking to make this 4K stream work. Hopefully the VODs look better. I casted that game of Phosphor pushing the chickens, and the cursor was so small. Not sure if music is coming through though. It should hear, not during capture. It should hear on this scene. Let me know if it's coming through on this scene. Because I just recorded an episode of the podcast with Viper and Nelson. And I changed a whole bunch of settings, and now I have to change them back. I think I got all of them. Oh, they messed up the band. What? Oh, V&A messed up the band. I was looking at Capture Age, and they did the bands wrong. Petito's gonna handle this. Petito will handle this. They didn't ban a category. Oh, this is another thing that I just wish the Captain's Mode website did better. Yeah, the rulebook states if you mess up the draft, you restart the draft until the point when the mistake was made. And then they have to do the rest of the bans, so yeah, Margougou did see that, and he did the random spiral because he wasn't going to reveal what map he was banning. But yeah, Vietnam was supposed to ban the category first. Well... Is the only set? Yep, this is the only set of the day. I'm hoping that the final Gold League schedule gets worked out today, so I can release the entire Gold League schedule for this week. Sounds like a Windows scaling issue. Nope, this is a capture age issue. I changed the Windows thing, and I changed Windows scaling. It didn't affect the size of the cursor in capture age. It is a capture age issue. And hello, LL. Looks like OBS is piping audio only to YouTube and not Twitch. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now it's on both. Now it's on both. Yes. There we are. You're not crazy. Yes, that was a setting I changed. I recorded an interview and I changed my audio tracks and I didn't change them back. Yes, I knew I was missing something. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got it. Yeah, for the Town Center podcast. Ah, Margougou. Is the best West in the same way that the T-bone is the best bone? Hello, Fergus on YouTube. And good morning on Twitch. Hello, hello. When Barles and Dogao will play, I will have a schedule. The schedule's on the Cartographers Discord right now. I'm going to make a post. I wanted to wait for the final gold set to be scheduled before I did the post. Where is my schedule? Oh, they play Saturday, June 14th at 16 GMT, 12 p.m. my time, so that's 16 GMT. Yep. So that's Saturday, June 14th. That's when Barles and Dogao play. They're versus Sals. Yep. Oop, not that Discord there. The Carto Discord. That Discord. Yeah, it should be on Wikipedia now. But I don't know how reliable Wikipedia is going to be, though, because the community event is not going to be on Wikipedia. which is a lot of events I'm not sure how to publicize the schedule for. I need to figure that out. Alright, so they're drafting again. I gotta read my admin chat. Make sure we get this right. Okay, we got it right. We got it right. I tried to do the handbook with images, and I hope that helps some people. But yes, who is running this tournament? I am running this tournament. Andy and Lewis, 1 seed. Yes, they grinded the team game ladder and they prepared. I'm glad you enjoy team game tournaments. I know that I enjoy 2v2s quite a bit. I feel like when I cast these games, I'm very excited to see them. Although we've seen Sumatra so many times, I want someone to pick islands or Mediterranean. But we might go the entire tournament without seeing either of those maps just because everyone keeps picking Sumatra. 2v2s are great and lots of big names in this one that I'm excited to see play as duos. Yes, I think the only team we're missing is Finland because they had a holiday conflict with the finals and weren't able to work around it. But other than that, I think we have pretty much all the big names. And hello, Soxy. 3v3s, I think, are a very different beast than 2v2s and 4v4s. I think what I like about some of the maps we have, like Jungle Rumble or Four Seasons or Sumatra, is that there isn't a clear way to help each other. And it's not as simple as one player goes scouts, one player goes archers, where there's a clearly defined role. And there's more. There's part of the strategy is figuring out how to play as a team on those maps. It's very easy to fall into the trap of one player just goes galleys, one player goes land on Sumatra. But then you have transport ships, and all of a sudden crossbows are in your island, which we saw the other day. Dogao was coaching Barles for Warlords. Yeah, Barles and Dogao are playing together. I also think Miguel probably isn't quite at the same level he was a couple years ago. And Dogao probably has maintained his level a bit more, so seeing Dogao and Barles together should be interesting. So Mayans, Britons for Vietnam, Magyars as well. We'll have Italians, Portuguese, and Ethiopians. Lots of archer civs picked first. Portuguese and Italians extremely varied that they can play Nomad, Spiral, Sumatra, and Arena, or even be the archer civ on Arabia. Maybe not Italians there, but definitely Portuguese. Picking both Britons and Mayans, I guess, gives Vietnam 2 archer civs, both for Arabia and for Spiral. So sad that Finland missed out. I am too. They always bring amazing games. I miss Zupi, because 4v4 Finland was a well-oiled machine. A team of Max, Valessa, Rubenstock, and Zupi. So Vikings, okay, Vikings. Are Vikings used anywhere other than as the Sumatra Island civ? I don't think so. I think that's once you pick them, you're locking them into that role. Oh, I think I missed this. Thank you, Sergius88 for the follow on Twitch. I realized I still have my extra light on. There we go. I have my webcam on. I have an extra light on, but since I don't have that on, I'll turn that off. And Nightlife. Hello, Nightlife. How is the Nightlife going? Alright, we've gotten past the draft. I knew this draft would be good, and indeed it was. Agreed, Zupi having fun as a forest guide nowadays, I've heard. Yeah, Zupi's living the life, I've heard. Gotta root for Margougou in the set. French bread. Oh, you're from Sumatra, nice. Yeah, the map originally was called Eastern Coastline, and it was made in the Rajas expansion when we had Southeast Asia as a region for the ECL years ago. But now I rotated the map so it spawns in all 4 directions, and the coastline is no longer always on the east. And I felt, well, if the coastline is on the west, we can't call it Eastern Coastline. So Crab suggested Sumatra as a name, and it definitely fits the location. And it's been a very well-picked map so far. Thank you, Full Metal Zim on Twitch, for gifting out some community subs. Appreciate the gifties. I think there was also another map called Sumatra 2, Robo said, but not a particularly well-known map. I think it was in the Terra Nova duos, now that I looked it up. Only so many names for maps, though. I played ads at the start of the stream so that we didn't have pre-rolls, and now we just have pre-rolls because the draft is taking so long. I've got a 30-minute draft. Ooh, should I get a suit emote? That could be a fun emote. Well, maybe next to Noble Apartment Cup, we get a good tuxedo photo. Turn it into an emote. So Huns at the end of the draft for Vietnam. Burgundians, if they're using them for arena, the baguettes, then Burgundians have fallen quite a far ways down the draft. And still are available. Sumatra, amazing coffee, not so great programming language. Oh yeah, I've heard. I've never used it, but like Java, obviously is coffee, but also is an island in Southeast Asia. And I've heard other programming languages named after other islands. Maybe Sumatra is one of them. I've never used it, but I have seen programming languages that follow that naming convention. I've seen that there are, I guess, like kind of Kotlin-themed languages that are like Java, also have similar names to that. It's also a PDF viewer, isn't it? There's Sumatra PDF. Yeah, it is. It's a PDF reader. I remember I used that once. You meant Java? There are other things actually. No, this is legit a thing. What is this programming language? Yeah, no, Kotlin is an island itself, but there's another one. Oh my gosh, I can't figure it out. It's not showing up when I Google. Kotlin shows up right away. That's a very well-known one. There are other ones. There's also his coffee script. Gotta read Stack Overflow market surveys. AI is the new big thing. AI driven. Helpers and autocomplete engines. And hello, DJ. Okay, let me check for this game. Let's see in the lobby. Okay, they haven't started yet. I'm almost at the open Cishkan stream point to check their status. Borneo is apparently a Java dialect. Is that the language? Borneo programming. Language. Designed to have true support for the IEEE 754 floating point standard. Okay. Now we've had enough floating point representation errors crop up in AoE 2 that it's fair enough to have a language that specializes in that. Alright, they're deciding on the server now. Gonna play on West US 3. Alright. Alright, there we go. Spiral will be game number 1. And now we're just about to get started. They're in the lobby, so let me just reset the ad counter on Twitch. And again, if you want to watch without ads, you can watch on YouTube. So we will have most likely... Let's try to guess the civs. It is a hybrid map. But when I had seen it played, it was just scouts and archers. Lithuanians, I think, could be a good civ here for the baguettes. Lithuanians and Portuguese could be a good pair. Don't think they'll use Vikings. Lithuanians and Shu, even Shu could be the archer civ for this map. And for VNA... Ooh, do you use Japanese here? I wonder what civ they're going to use for Sumatra. Byzantines do stand out as an archer civ here for fire galleys in the small lakes. And Byzantines, Huns, perhaps. Franks could be an option for the baguettes. I feel like Franks are the cav civ for Arabia, though. Arabia, probably Ethiopians Franks or Ethiopians Georgians. Georgians could also be used here as a cav civ, maybe even Hindustanis. You'd save Lithuanians then for Nomad. Turks Burgundians feels pretty good for Arena. And Japanese may be used for Sumatra. Not entirely sure about that, though. They're in the lobby and they're getting ready. Kotlin is... I know the Capture Age team originally used Kotlin for Capture Age. I don't think they use it anymore, though. I've never done much with it, other than I know it's very similar to Java. I like the baguette civs more. I think I do too. I think I do too. Could be launching. I just wonder what happens in the lobbies. You're about to say the exact opposite. You like the Vietnam civs. Okay. I feel like if this were a 4v4 and we could have 4v4 Arabia with Britain mine flanks, oh, that'd be wonderful for Vietnam. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do on Arena. And I don't really see a civ from them that can fight the Vikings on the water on Sumatra. I guess Cumans have to be Arena here. Cumans Britons is their go-to on Arena. That does feel like a good combo. Then after Mayans, they don't have like a top tier flank civ for a team game map. Like no Vietnamese, no Portuguese, no Chinese even. Actually, now that I'm looking at the civs, kind of surprised not to see. Although maybe 9-vil Nomad, there's a ton of civs that could be viable. Not to see Chinese with the 12 vils. That seemed really strong when I saw it in Warlords. Maybe Spear Skirm or Double Scouts. Yeah, I don't know what. When I had seen it played once, it was Scout and Archer. But I don't know how much players are going to emphasize the water because it's only 3 deep fish. Chinese should get camels back. I agree with you there. I played them on African Clearing and they didn't have camels and I was sad. I was like, oh, here comes some knights to raid my base. I'll just make some camels. Too low gold for archer gameplay. That's a good point. That's a good point. You don't have much gold in your home base, so going archers can be tricky. Especially if you do want to save the gold and do any type of fire on the water if you end up fighting over the fish. Then you're really eating into the gold supply too. Yeah, I mean, Byzantines can go pretty much anywhere. So could, I mean, Japanese could probably be played on every map. But then the question is, are they like a top civ on any map? We would have Mayans or Maya Magyars for Arabia. That could be an insane combo for VNA. I mean, Arabia could be Ethiopians Franks against Maya Magyars. It looks like they are launching. Failed to download match content. DE, why you gotta do me like this? Download the match content, please. Thanks, DE. Okay, they're in the game still. Yes, they are. Good. This is why we have the 2-minute spec delay, so that if you fail to download match content, you can reload DE. I got really scared when Capture Age started checking for an update. I thought it was going to update on me, but no, we're good. Okay, and just a reminder, I'm going to be testing my mouse cursor in Capture Age. I tried to make it larger, which required hacking. But whenever we have a problem, we find solutions. Why is it named like that? Because Sumatra is an island in Southeast Asia, and it felt like it fit the theme. And hello, HQ on YouTube. So here we go. And this is where I need feedback from everyone. How does the mouse cursor work? Okay, that works. Lovely. In Capture Age. I was afraid that wouldn't work. So as I get the team set up, this will be the Baguettes, and this will be the Vietnam team. So welcome to Spiral, a map I haven't seen played too much. Oop, let me make sure I'm not rendering my own YouTube stream. There we go. So this will be the Silver League. We have the Baguettes, Margougou, and Cishkan. Cishkan will be playing as the blue Portuguese to the north, and Margougou as the green Georgians to the west. So Portuguese Georgians, and to the south we'll have saymyname as the red Maya, and Quangtree or Hope as the yellow Khmer to the east. So 9 vills start, spiral, 3 deep fish, and 3 groups of 2 shorefish, so you can pick where to dock and have the vills working. Good mixture of shallows and water. If you've seen the 1v1 map, made a few changes to it. Each player does have their own secondary gold and stone mine a bit farther away from their base, because in the 2v2 version there are fewer neutral lands, so fewer spots for players to run out to. And so I had to add a bit more gold to the map in other spots. There is still the group of gold in the middle, but it is overall a low gold map compared to some normal maps. And you're forced very quickly to go away from your base and forced to fight over the middle. There also are 7 relics. I put 1 in each neutral land, 1 in the middle, and 1 in the pen, along with the cow and the sheep. The map is able to spawn in all directions now. It can be either clockwise or counterclockwise. Some of the new patches let me do some new map scripting techniques, which was rather fun. And cursor's looking fine, nice. So, the cursor will look bigger for you on the stream than it does for me, because Capture Age does not have a large cursor icon. So I wrote a few lines of Python code and then a few lines of JavaScript code to track my cursor position and send it to a browser source that I have in OBS. So I'm not actually capturing my cursor in Capture Age. I'm just capturing a image that is positioned on the stream to be the same position as my mouse cursor. Can they place buildings on the hills? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. This is not unbuildable terrain. You can't place a TC there, but you can place buildings there. Why does OBS not scale the cursor properly? I've never had problems with OBS. Soxy, I don't know exactly what you're referring to. And if you have, that's an issue I've not encountered. I had to restart OBS to fix it. Okay. I'll have to... Let me know next time it happens to you. I've not encountered that myself. So, Margougou not going to go for the dock. Quangtree is indeed docking with the Khmer. So, Khmer, Maya, Portuguese, Georgians. So maybe surprised they didn't save the Maya for Arabia and use another civ here. Something like Malay, Japanese, even Saracen, something that could be played as an archer civ and is known maybe a bit more for going for water. We will have Feudal Age on the way for Margougou. Also on the way for saymyname. And I keep track of pings in case I got an admin ping. And we'll have a stable from the Khmer player, as you'd expect, going scouts. And over here we have a barracks. And, well, Acro suggested double scouts in the chat earlier. Not going to have that with the Maya. And if you don't have the gold for archers, you definitely don't have the gold for eagles. So it will just be standard scouts and archers. We'll have a stable there from the Georgians and double ranges from Cishkan as the Portuguese. So they are going to play standard ranges. Only 1 range from saymyname. You are kind of far apart on this map, and I think part of the interesting bit is... Or part of the interesting strategic choices will be how do you actually group up your scouts and your archers when you're this far apart. Scout harassing a fishing ship, but Vil will just go over to try to deal with that. Vil will build more houses over here. And he can try to jump into the houses if he needs to. Scout running around. See if they converge on the hill, and Quangtree not going to take the hill fight. On the other side, an eagle, a spear, and an archer. walk into a bar. They'll find that it's closed as Margougou finishes the wall off in time before they get there. And still not fishing. I still really do like the fact that Quang Tri is fishing. And I feel like that score lead might just be a bit because of the fish. We have a 5-vil lead, and that's 5 fishing ships for the team. House going up for Margougou as he's gonna do a small potato wall for his base. And that should keep the one archer away. And I'm interested to see where did the archers go for Cishkan not moving forward, playing very defensively. And if he's that defensive, maybe the one range approach... Oh, never mind. saymyname did add the second range. Okay, I was going to say maybe the one range approach would be okay if you're not fighting that aggressively, but he did decide for 2 ranges and added in more archers. His player 4, also known by another name, Quang Tri, also is called Hope. Also is called Hope. Hope, and the scouts from Margougou getting in time. The wall's not up for saymyname in time. And the vills will start to go down. That's 1 vil down, a 2nd vil picked off. Nicely done. These Georgian scouts will heal, of course, as long as he runs them in time. And he does, gets a 3rd villager. saymyname tried to fight with the vills and it did not work out. No upgrades on the scouts, but they still massacre 4 villagers. Well, there goes that villager lead. Now it's tied. Yeah, no res collected panel in team games, unfortunately. Would love to see that. I guess I could open the full scoreboard. And the scouts for Hope not going to get in on the wood line. This one is walled. So Cishkan not even going for a full wall off, just going for the small walls. Into low flying stakes. Okay, ooh, finally finding a villager. And scouts getting a kill there. I feel like these scouts are doing much more damage than scouts normally do. Like they have forging already. Armor on the way for Quang Tri. As he'll get 2 vils. He'll get 2 vils. And archers hitting farms on the other side. As a lot of scouts start running around. Oh, and Sci-Fly on YouTube, hello. So Bloodlines forging on the way. Quang Tri gonna look maybe to do some more damage. Lots of defensive archers though from Cishkan. So the Baguette's playing very defensively. Margougou has quite a few scouts of his own. Just doing armor now, and we'll use armor to engage the archers. He will pick off the spear right away. And then go for the archers. Pick them off so they all go down. And ooh, what is that? More dead, looks like spears, dead spears by the shields on their backs. And Liebecker, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you very much. Archers over here for Cishkan will be running around. And archer fight, saymyname has the numbers advantage. You usually see that as the Mayans. And lots of scouts still hoovering. Oh, that is a lot of scouts. Quang Tri has maintained the scout production. And he's got 12 scouts now fully upgraded. And that's keeping Cishkan around his base. Now, we do have to worry about the gold count. It is only 3 tiles of gold per player. So you can get trapped in your base. And Margougou will have to come over, but he only has 6 scouts just now doing forging. Doesn't have bloodlines yet. We'll want them to heal, and there is the Castle Age for Quang Tri. And Cishkan has to be so careful with his archers. He clicks up now. There will be about 20 seconds or so where maybe these scouts could get +2 into light cav. And ooh, they're gonna go for more vills now? Nope, not going to attack, just run away, afraid of the archers. They do not want to lose their numbers. That's the magic of Fishboom, indeed. The magic of Fishboom. Taking the shorefish now. Seems like the fish really paid off so many scouts, and first to castle is crazy. Yes. So now that we have, as the armies are grouping up, let's just check the overlay. What is this? Control Shift S? Yes. Eco. Res collected, especially if we look at food. That has paid off for him. No doubt that has paid off. And now they'll have a fight. And now they'll break in. So Cishkan up and Margougou both up. Saymyname not quite up yet as the Maya, maybe investing a lot into the archers. I guess Saymyname also had the option to dock. Like, there are 3 players who could have docked but didn't. But I guess it makes more sense for the scout player needing the food unit to dock. The archer players do maybe depend a bit more on that speed to get their numbers up. So Margougou not going to have gold access, but he is up doing bloodlines. And does he have a market? No, he does not. He is going double stable scouts. So, well, not entirely off the gold, thanks to the mule cart in the tower. 2 armies will be hoovering in the back, and they will get their crossbow upgrade significantly faster. And I think with crossbow, they can take this fight and probably win it. On the other side, more scouts, though still looking at Cishkan's base. Cishkan is not finished walling himself off. Could very easily go from the house to the woodline, but hasn't done so. We'll have to go for small walls around the gold. Maybe some farmers still could be in trouble here. As scouts look to start picking off vills, they will get at least 1. And Cishkan's not paying attention because he's microing the crossbows. As I said, the crossbow upgrade comes in, and they will move forward. They will move forward and continue to push this army back. And now it becomes difficult, since Saymyname is caught out of position, for him to group his reinforcements up. He might in total have similar, if not slightly greater numbers, but it will be hard to get all of them together again, being chased by the crossbows. And even as the upgrades come in, it's going to be ballistics for Cishkan. And it's still not quite up to the castle age. That is a lot of scouts, though. 16 scouts like Cav there, plus 2 already in. And maybe that number of scouts by itself can jump this army. Crossbow bodkin in. Ballistics is going to make a huge difference, though, for Cishkan in the fight, if he can micro. They'll be able to tell by that knight that ballistics is in. More knights for Quang Tree. And they're waiting for the upgrades, then they're going to jump. Oh, actually, the archers, as they become crossbows, are just going to pick off vills on the inside of the walls. Cishkan, the vills, they walled the knights out. Oh, but great use of the crossbows from saymyname as the knights now engage the army. He's going to have to join in this fight, but he'll have the hill. Great micro to pick off the vills while they were trying to wall to keep the armies out. And amazing positioning also by Quang Tree to have the cav in a location where the crossbows had to worry about being jumped, so they didn't engage in the fight right away to the point where they could keep saymyname away from hitting the vills. And vills going down as they try to run. Few knights remain, but both armies are cleared at the cost of quite a few vills from Cishkan. We see he's now down to 41. And 55 for Quang Tree. I guess some of those are going to be idled fishing ships soon, as they'll have only a few shorefish left. The crossbows on the other side move forward. The knights come around. We'll have wheelbarrow and gold mining on the way. And Xing here, I think there are enough crossbows that can group up that they'll be able to stop this. Yeah, and Quang Tree recognizes that and runs away. But has more knights of his own on the way, and this team just adding an eco upgrades. Wheelbarrow is on the way. 3T, and he has 3 TCs behind this. Khmer farming behind the fish boom now. 28 farms. The fishing ships are basically done now, but he has a lot of farms. And even opening up that village for Vietnam a bit more. Over Margougou, who's only on 2 TCs. He's got 4 stables, though. Maybe a couple made in response thinking he was going to lose this one. But 4 stables and no fortified churches. He's going to go for a 3rd TC now. No one moving out to the neutral areas yet. Even the one in between each team. There are some crossbows in the back, still going to find something sneaky if they can at some point. Do you build fish traps on such an open map or delete them for pop space? That's a good question. I mean, it is so open, the fish traps might just be a wasted bit of wood, because they're so vulnerable. So Cishkan has managed to stabilize a bit, has good crossbow numbers that can keep the knights away. And I think that same issue for saymyname still is how does he group his crossbows up? He's got 37 of them, but they're in different locations, and he is actually going to go for his third TC. Well, this answers your fishing ship questions. Your enemy knights can destroy them for you. He'll have a TC foundation in the middle for saymyname if he gets his vills there. Should have his crossbows to defend that. And knights still not taking the engagement for Quangtree. More coming from home to reinforce. Crossbows for saymyname finding that TC from Margougou. Starting to pick off some vills. Only a 10 vill difference now, but Margougou not recognizing his vills need to be garrisoned. Cishkan has to X and tell him to garrison. They can be anywhere. They can be anywhere. But they're always between... They're always just opposite each other. But the teams can be in any of the circles. So it's not consistent. We will have the crossbows fighting. There are always 4 wood areas, then there are the berry patches, and then there are the water areas. And the wood areas alternate. The water and berries, respectively, are across from each other. So, crossbows from Cishkan being microed, Margougou losing knight numbers as he chased the crossbows earlier. And Cishkan recognizing this is a losing fight, but he's going to chase saymyname as well as he can. Crossbow is much squishier than knights, so as you lose your numbers, you're more reliably doing damage to the crossbows. And now, good numbers for Quangtree. And he's had such a nice eco lead this whole game. Even if it's not that big of a vill difference, he's able to go to the middle too, get a second TC there. GG fight, they have now lost, well, not everything, but they have half the military of Vietnam. And this TC pressured from the hill. Quangtree's knights can run in. Hello, Yajur, and hello, Jessica. Hello, everyone. And thank you, Ginote, the pain, for the follow. And now vills don't fit in the TC. The knights are going to slaughter some vills as they don't fit. And the other knights will be pushed away. More crossbows on the hill going for the TC, as crossbows in blue try to fight them. Cishkan still trying to bail out Margougou. Cishkan has more TCs now, but still is the lowest player in terms of vills. And Imp on the way for Quangtree. Okay, the Cav player being up to Imp really quickly, but that again is just due to his food eco. You can go up and then do your +2 armor, and then these Castle Age crossbows do only 1 damage to you, so you can take great fights. Thanks for the tournament. Well, thanks for watching. Glad you're enjoying. I'll have a monastery going up for Quangtree there. And Niaz, hello Niaz. Yellow has another name. Yellow is also known as Hope. You know who I haven't seen? I know Backed doesn't play anymore. I haven't seen Cool playing in a while. Now that was the Vietnam team for a while. Backed, ACCM, saymyname, and Cool. Saymyname also goes by the name Yellow, which is ironic because he's playing in red. Imperial Age on the way for saymyname. Wonder if they're going to call it once these two hit Imp. They're going to be Imp at the same time, and right now Baguettes are not even up, so like that could be what happens. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that. But we'll have Thumbring on the way as saymyname with the Maya. We'll have 43 crossbows that he'll be able to turn into Arbalest, so Bracer, Chemistry, Arb, all at the same time. Should have the eco for it with all the TCs he has up. And there's Quangtree up. Ooh, we do have an Imp click though. We do have an Imp click from Cishkan. We'll be behind the timing of saymyname though. Up, but they're not going to wait for both players to hit Imp. They're going to call it right away. So there's Vietnam taking game number 1. And I think we look at that food eco, as we mentioned, from Quang Tri, and that has been great for him the entire time. Right from the fishing ships into Khmer farms, and that food count just went burr. On the other side, it'll be 53 kills for Cishkan, 51, 52 for the other team respectively, but then 35 for Margougou. So 30,000 res collected in total. Faster castle time too. Well done, smoothly played. They had a build prepared for the map. Are the Finnish players playing? Valis is playing with Ganji. As far as Valessa and Max and Rubenstock, from what I heard, they have a holiday. It is midsummer, the weekend that our tournament concludes, and so they had a scheduling conflict with the finals. So they weren't able to play. I think pretty much everyone else signed up, but for them, they unfortunately had a conflict. Did you already enter? He's playing with Viper and Tato. Yes, he did enter. Is Vietnam winning game number 1? And that's what I like about Spiral. There are some maps that I wanted to be kind of standard, like Scouts Archer-ish, but this has a bit of a twist on it with the food in the fishing ships. And he went for it, and I think it's a very greedy play, but he didn't get punished for it. The Portuguese and Georgians lost. And the video was rendering finished. I can close DaVinci Resolve and hopefully have more GPU resources for the stream. Hera and Dad are playing as a team. Yes. Yes. I don't know if I can upload a file while streaming. They're definitely having something going on for their midsummer. And the next game will be Sumatra, so our water map. Predictions for top 4? I'll go maybe both GL teams, Heart Leary and Yo Licks. But doubt Hera. I think they could win. I also think they could get swept in the first round. I have no idea what to make of them. What's a new video about? What about a new video? And they are launching, I think. Oh, the video I was recording. Oh, that was just the podcast I did with Viper and Nelson. We filmed that earlier today. And I recorded it at a super high bitrate, and I need to upload the file so Nelson can get it. And the file was too large, so I wanted to make it smaller. Let me actually check what the file size is after I... Yeah, now it's only 5 gigabytes. It was 45. So that it was good. There we go. I literally said I did a video, and then like it wasn't. It's not like a video I'm editing and uploading myself. So my brain did not make the connection that you were talking about the video I literally just talked about. Anyway, there we are. Use YouTube for conference videos. Interesting. Size is huge. Well, it was an hour-long video, so 5 gigabytes I don't think is too bad for that. Use YouTube to compress them, and then do you just like use YouTube, like YTDLP to download them? I never thought of using YouTube as a compression tool before, but yeah, maybe that actually does make sense. Upload them privately, download and delete. Yeah. Alright, so VNA won the first game, and we will be in on the map Sumatra. We will have Quangtri in the red, playing as the Romans, and saymyname in the yellow as the Saracens. And they will be facing, as expected, Margougou uses the Vikings, he'll be the green to the south, and then Cishkan as the blue Hindustanis to the east. Grabbing the rhino on the mainland. A 1 hour 4K video experts are around 45. Yep, that's what I had recorded. But obviously they don't need that for their podcast. Please bring color. They swapped colors. Oh. Saymyname is known as VNS yellow though. I think he's gonna stay here. I can't have saymyname not be in the yellow. It is unfortunate though that we have to place players on the maps using their colors. That's one of the user patch additions that was hacked on. Chautauqua cannons can cause problems for Roman infantry. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Hindustani's super late game could go Chautauqua hand cannons. Scorpions could still be a problem for them. So we have the docks both to basically the same side for Vietnam. And Saracens are usually a pretty good water save, but not at the same level as the Vikings. They have faster firing galleys. I don't think that really matters in the feudal age as much when you're microing and you have more time between your shots as you're trying to get in the right position. But it does definitely help. If you get to the war galley stage, that's when it really starts to kick in. If you go late game, they will probably have the best ship on the water with their fully upgraded galleon. Elite longboats can be nice, but also a bit tricky and expensive to get into. Civils going up to the wood line. Lumber camp going up. And everyone up to feudal at the same time, but Margougou up first. Very nice Dark Age for the Vikings with the cheaper dock team bonus, of course. And I expect nothing less than 2 to 3 dock galleys from him. This is in the water category, and I did like to have a classic water map rather than a fire galley map. And this definitely fits the bill. And hello, LC River. So fishing ships popping out of the dock. And Margougou up to the feudal age. And Hogard a king. Hello, hello, hello. Go go goo goo. That's nice. So there's the third dock from the Vikings. Cheaper galley line for the Vikings. So they usually do dominate on the water by having more numbers. Yeah, especially movies. Those are going to be huge files. No more VHS tapes like when I was a kid. And Ruben Thomas, hello. How are you doing? So, galleys coming forward, and we'll have defensive galleys from saymyname. The map is large enough that you can maybe defend by staying by your own docks, as the men-at-arms come forward for Quangtree, and we'll look to try to pressure Cishkan on land. It will be men-at-arms versus scouts, both players with a few fishing ships. And 3 versus 4, the pockets role will be to try to snipe off those fish. Lossless 4K is crazy. Are T90 and Dark playing later? Not on the schedule last I checked, but they are going to be playing in this round. Scouts pick off the men-at-arms. Down they go. This was the only set on the calendar I saw today. Unless more sets were added and I didn't see them. I'm going to be casting the Community League too. And I hope to get to that by the end of the week as well. You did a presentation 2 weeks ago and you have a holiday soon. Nice. So here we see Margougou. He's just looking around trying to find fishing ships. And now taking an advantage in the galley numbers 4 versus 3 and 4 versus 2. Reinforcing galleys need to pop out for saymyname, but he also has to run his fishing ships. And this is the Vikings on water. Always expect the Vikings to do extremely well on water. Now scouts for Quangtree, or for Cishkan versus Quangtree's men-at-arms doesn't quite take the best fight even with 5 scouts. 6th scout on the way and an archer on the way out. Those vills need to get gold for more archers. They're starting to lose a bit of HP. The scouts will pick off the men-at-arms. Yeah, more galleys. I say Margougou for galleys. Now he's getting to the fish, and this is exactly what he wants. Get to the fish of the land player. I know those fishing ships have fled a long way for saymyname. Did Red kill anything with 9 men-at-arms yet? No, his KD is 0-3. Well, wait, Eco KD is 0-3. It's just his fishing ships that went down. Where's overall KD? Okay, yes, he got 2 kills. 2 kills with men-at-arms. Margougou again, great micro to stay on top of the galleys and micro them down. On the other side, scouts for Cishkan getting through, picking off a Vil who was trying to wall up. Overall score lead still for Vietnam, even though it felt like, scores flop. Felt like Margougou was dominating the water. 5-11, and we see the galley numbers just continuing to climb. Now the question for Margougou is how much does he commit to more galleys versus a faster uptiming? And does he do anything to help his flank his teammate on land? So far, he's just keeping saymyname penned in at his own docks. Prevent the galleys from moving forward. Still there shooting back and forth. Demo please. Oh wait, I mean that's always an option if you can get a sneaky demo if galleys are by your docks. But really hard to do. Gotta time it just perfectly, and you're really relying on the galley player making a mistake by getting too close to the dock. They see the demo, they should have no problem sniping it off. Well, these scouts from Cishkan still inside the base for Quangtree, as these men-at-arms still not finding damage. Walled out. So Cishkan wants to kill some Vils on the wood line. Looks like he does get one, but at the cost of 2 scouts. Very low HP, the rest of the scouts. Vils will probably be able to deal with them, unless the Vils are very low. Actually, he's not fully walled. The scouts can get out. More skirms looking forward for Quangtree now. Men-at-arms keep walking around. And galleys will find the dock. And inside that dock, the flag, fortunately, not a demo. You got me thinking now, chat. You got me hoping for demos, but it's just more galleys. Saymyname trying to get back into a decent number of galleys. And again, at least they fire faster, so once you get large numbers that aren't microed as much, that matters more. On the land, the men-at-arms still trying to break in. A lot of skirms to deal with the archers. And this was where you can get that skirmisher effect in the team game here. If you don't have one player going scouts and the other going archers, just skirms themselves can be more useful. Castle Age on the way for saymyname, also on the way for Cishkan. That Saracen's Market coming in useful. Margougou will be up a bit later, but it's not like you can amass fire galleys on the way up. You need to be fighting a large number of galleys in open water. The war galley is just going to be more effective. But maybe if saymyname gets up first, he can use the timing to get war galley, which will increase the production speed of your galleys and let you up the numbers faster. Fortune favors the bold. Are skirmishers bold? So Quangtree will look to hit the wood line. Also try to build 2 houses, and we'll Cishkan behind this one to keep it walled off. Galley's still fighting as everyone's up to castle now. But Quangtree a bit slower than Cishkan, and Margougou slower than saymyname. So actually, if we look at the fishing ship counts, saymyname has done a great job of ensuring that no fishing ships survive for both of the get players. Managed to snail around and to sail around and snipe them off. That dock not working. And Quangtree still walled out. With Castle Age on the way for saymyname right away. Saracen monks. Do you remember the Saracen monk rush? Sell stone and do monks. I still do that on Arena. The original Smush, the Saracen's monk rush. So galleys dancing back and forth still as war galleys on the way. War galley and bowsaw. Bodkin not clicked yet. And I imagine he'll have a hard time affording a university on this budget, but he does it anyway. He's right for the university. And I wonder if Margougou is ever tempted to swap to longboats. Saymyname has the score lead over Margougou, even though it feels like Margougou had been winning the fights. What is the overall KD? 30. Both these players have positive KDs. Okay, and let's look at the resources. A bit of a stockpile for Quangtree. As oh no, that TC won't go up. The market won't go up. The crossbows found a gap in the houses. I think they destroyed a palisade there probably. And now they're getting in, and Cishkan going to devastate this economy. That's 2 Vils going down, a third taking a volley of arrows. 9 crossbows to 14. No ballistics yet. For either player. Ballistics just now coming in for saymyname. Full MVP, indeed. At the same time, though, these skirms still doing work over here, trying to harass the crossbows. Men-at-arms on the gold, trying to teach those Vils a lesson. Yeah, fought down. Crossbows will still Hoover try to do damage. And good number of war galleys with ballistics now. That's 21 to 22. And with their faster firing, actually, gotta say, saymyname might be in the better position on the water. Early careening, though, from Margougou. That'll be some armor. now saymyname daring to sail forward. Take off the dock. And swap and hit some of Margougou ships. Margougou, can he fight this? His ships are much cheaper as the Vikings. And without fire ships out for saymyname, no real reason to swap into longboats here. Does it apply to ships? It always has applied to ships. It's always applied to ships. That's why you see players dodging and sailing back and forth like that. They try to dodge ballistics with a bit of micro. Like they're playing a game of CBA. Ballistics on the way also for Quangtree. That'll come in for his army of crossbows and skirms on the land. Yeah, Cishkan's still fending this off though. More galleys still run around. That's 1, 2 TCs for Cishkan. And these docks. Still more war galleys, not going for longboats. Just gonna stay on war galley. Longboats do train faster, so if you need to get your numbers up, maybe that's useful as long as you have the economy for it. Yeah, still no transport ship for both water players, no one going to the mainland. And Margougou coming forward, maybe thinking of trying to snipe off a transport ship or some more fish. saymyname runs the fish. It runs them right back into the galleys. The war galleys all going down to some arrow fire. And crossbows will be cleaned by the scorpions for Quangtree. He's got 5 scorpions Romans. Oh, and Cishkan lost all the crossbows. More running. These are ballistic scorpions now. Okay, Cishkan now. How does he deal with scorpions as the Hindustanis? He's not gonna have knights. He's been going heavy for crossbows. Cheap ballistic scorpions strike again. Saymyname is still on the water with the Saracens. And having a competitive galley war against a Viking player as the Saracen, you gotta give him credit. So this is a game that very much has kind of just played as 2 1v1s. But an amazing 1v1 by saymyname to get back on the water. And after it looked like Margougou had taken a good lead, he managed his uptiming properly. I struggle against a good mass of scorpions. I don't really know what to do against it. I kind of have this feeling that maybe scorpions need to do less damage to mangonels. That's my hot take. Make the mangonels a more consistent counter to them. Now that they have ballistics. Cannons are light cap. I feel like cannons don't hit enough of a splash radius. Maybe torsion engines. There's a careening on the way also for saymyname. I'll give him armor, but I think there's that transport ship from Margougou to get to the mainland. Defensive castle. This is a doubt castle. I saw the workshop. My brain didn't even realize there's a castle there. There's a denied castle. Time to get Air Force. There are like X-Wings and ships in Galactic Battlegrounds if you want that. Oh, and those crossbows finding a perfect spot to stand. Margougou with a huge score lead. He does manage to migrate to the middle. Or to the middle, to the edge. Saymyname taking more of his gold. And these crossbows, they have this area in between the TCs where they can work. They can deny a wood line in 2 groups of farms. And Quang Tree definitely has his own ranged outlines, just like we have in the settings now. And what is this? Ooh, okay, crossbows still hoovering around the back. Scorpion not there to clean them, but aware of this, Quang Tree's gonna run the vills. Still shooting from the cockpits of planes? Don't know about that. Vills going down, 2 vills down. And we'll have a defensive castle also from Quang Tree, so castles both on the land from both players. And we have the white, or no, not the, sorry, oh, I got excited, I almost said the white feather guards. I saw the big spear, the Ghulams from Cishkan. The Ghulams. Too many units now, I'm getting their names mixed up. So Imp on the way for Quang Tree, but also for Margougou, so he will be Imp faster than saymyname. White Feather Guards, no chairs, no. That'll be a different game, not this one. I've seen Emu play them too much. I'm just used to saying them now. That's not the right name for me to say. This could be a good fight for saymyname if he's trying to get a good stack. 36-30, 37-30, he's good. Another TC for saymyname. Castle going up for Cishkan on the coast this time. Wants to protect the TC and the stone. You know, longboats is frustrating for Vikings. Longboats, I'm honestly not sure what to do galley versus galley for Vikings, if pure war galley or longboat is better now. Against fire is clearly the longboat's better. But war galley versus war galley, I'm not actually sure. But here we have bracer chemistry on the way from Margougou. Only short boats, only canoes, that would give T90 nightmares. As like Loms are starting to raid, but longswords out for Quang Tree. As the Romans, he could go legionaries. That castle will block up the passage. And castle for Cishkan. You can play some real team games. Well, good luck. Have fun. And, well, Imp on the way for Cishkan. Is that too slow? The score is flipping back and forth and back and forth. I think on the land, though, Quang Tree is winning. If Margougou can stabilize in time, he can help on the land. He needs to get to that point. And right now, it's cheaper war galleys versus faster firing ones for saymyname. And my worry maybe for saymyname is that he's stuck in the castle age, and now Margougou being up is going to take a great fight and destroy the docks. Yeah, I can't listen to streams while playing because I get the audio mixed up. So ships from Margougou gonna sail back, make a trip around the island, it looks like. Legionaries on the way for Quang Tri, as both players have TC in the middle. Yeah, Black Forest does your map. Wonderful. And now the Legionaries... Oh, this is the Imp TC! This is the Imp TC! This is gonna be... Why is it in this TC? Cishkan. 98, 99. And it stays up, but... It's at the point where the Vils were forced to uncarison. Oh, no. Cishkan. Don't be like Doubt. We're Imp in this TC. This TC. We see Centurions buffing them. I'm doubtful of that. So Trebs now for Quang Tri taking out the castles. Margougou though with a landing. Teams might start rotating around the map as Margougou goes for a castle drop. And look at that Viking castle architecture. That is amazing. That is really pretty. A mining camp from Margougou will take what's left of that gold. As now saymyname in trouble on land as Margougou takes a more commanding score lead. Trebs for Quang Tri still pushing Cishkan though. And how does this team do it from here on out? I feel like Cishkan has to transport. And there's the unique tech. There's shiitake for hand cannons. More eco upgrades on the way from Margougou. This is a big fight for saymyname. Let's take out the war galleys, and we'll be successful at that so far. These Trebs going down though. This is worrying. We have one team winning land, the other winning water. This is 4 TCs now. For saymyname in the back. So our galleys sharing exchanges here, but no one going galleon. Despite being Imp, they're still staying with the castle age ships. So 4 castles keep pushing forward, but now there are some defensive Trebs from Cishkan. Defensive Trebs to push this castle back a bit. Coinage on the way from Quang Tri, realizing he's gonna have to sling saymyname back into the game. 4 castle being Treb down. I'm worried things could swing. With it feels like saymyname is probably completely dead on the island. Versus Cishkan, who's been constantly running and trying to hold on. Our TC is going down for Cishkan though. And cannons won't be too effective against Trebs. Doesn't say my name, Imp. Oh, whoa, wait, because he's lost his TC. Oh gosh, I was thinking he was gonna go Imp and win on the water. I got my players mixed up. No, he's not. He's not Imp. He's the one player remaining in Castle. And if you're asking why, he wanted to. He's just clicking it now. Has the resources for it. So hand cannon Arb here from Margougou and Cishkan. This is a very close game. Margougou felt like he had lost the water, but is coming back to take it. And he has his own castle in the back, so they have some resources. Trebs go down, more legionaries coming forward. And a castle under Treb fire. Lots of light cap to defend the Treb. But now Galleon's going to try to take out towers that don't have all of their... They don't have bracer. Yellow up. Green Needs berserks or riot? There's 10 berserks around this island? Maybe. Ships usually don't want to fight towers. Or galleys move forward. And where is the push? Slowly but surely, Margougou contributing on the land. There is Imp. Margougou has arbalests. He's building up Viking arbs. And Baguette's come back. Yeah, this game has been really back and forth. And now we're finally going to see some teamwork. We're going to see some teamwork on land as Light Cav come in for saymyname, adding in a lot of stables. You can mark it for a while as Saracens. Vil picking off, or a scout picking off Vils here. Nice raid from Quangtree. Yeah, Margougou is very much on land. Has the grass color to camouflage. I guess that bounces out the yellow color from hiding on gold, next to gold. Tribs are here. Tribs are taking out the castle. Couple of cannons there for Cishkan. Teamwork in a team game is used. Oh, teamwork. Mining the same gold mine means you're caught by the same group of light cab. Oh, but there's a transport. Margougou is safe at sea. He can get on the transport and run away. Only lost one Vil, didn't get on the boat in time. Oh, but wait, the boat has to be not destroyed by the light cab. Don't lose the transport, Margougou. You just did a great play. Don't lose it. Okay, he's running. 62 arbs. 62 arbs for Margougou, more than a group. And his eco's exposed. Vil's being raided. Quangtree's done a great job applying so much pressure now, even 1v2. Oh, here come Hussars, Hussars from saymyname. They're gonna raid the gold in the back. And now the coastline raiding has begun. That's a lot of garrison to guard towers now. And guard towers will be great against galleons. Light Cav raids continue. It's Light Cav plus Hussars. They are everywhere as VNA retakes the score lead. He takes the score lead, but Gets still have the water, but they're now getting pushed on land. Here's the 4K ELO play. Green finishes off Yellow's island, then blue and green trade on water. They could do that. They could water trade. You're desperate for gold and have the water. Hussars, how do Hussars get on this island? There's a stable there still. Must have been select all units hockey, or select all stables. Dropped like 60 Vils in a minute. That can't happen. And yeah, now it's 265 to 145 Vils. Well, this castle is desperately being repaired, but where's the stone now? Where's the stone? Maybe this army about to push back again, but there are scorpions? Cannons already deal with scorpions. There are eco raids everywhere. Some camels now from Cishkan. But more Vils going to die. This eco difference is huge. 78 and 67 against 140 and 128. Cavalier goes down. More hoovering going on. Here come the scorpions. And could the scorpions be the nail in the coffin? Scorpion's gonna take out the camels. the pop space for military. Baguettes need a military. So, can the Scorpions get hits on the Arbs? That's a big question. Yeah, they do get Siege Engineers. Right now they have equal range. And Coinage, actually, from saymyname, he's thinking of just slinging. Positioning to a sling, there you go, sending it to saymyname. And, or saymyname using the market. And chemistry on the way. Those are more workshops. Get both islands, then that's the best trade route on the map, even if it's border. I mean, I think the best trade route is corner to corner, if you somehow get the land. Light cav raid coming in on the Arbs. Will at least thin their numbers. Cannon trying to defend. There's a cannon that could go down too somewhere. There it is. But the Hussars there have, or the light cav have enough numbers. Quick wall to keep these light cav out. And narrow choke point for fighting them here. The light cav run in, and are going to look for Vil picks. And look for Vil picks to disrupt the eco. Okay, and they're gonna call it? Gonna call it? I thought they were coming back, but VNA does it. There's so much raiding on the land, they took out the cannons, and wow. So having the island's not enough. Huang Tree carrying is the Romans on land. GG. Now that they're demolishing baguettes, you don't feel bad losing to them anymore? Yeah, I mean, Margougou, Cishkan, that's a darn good pair of players. And they're looking at reverse sweep territory now if they want to win still. Now that was a really back and forth game. Vikings eventually won the water. They're consistently going to have the highest military score from winning that. But saymyname gets transitioned to the middle at the right time. Dang. Yeah, fun game. Thank you. And thank you all. We have 350 viewers on Twitch, another almost 100 on YouTube. So thank you all for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying. Okay, and now looks like they're in the lobby for the next game. And I can update everything here. 2-0 lead for Vietnam. I hope we get Arena next. I hope we get Arena. Yeah, Acro knows the new cheat code. That's the overkill cheat code though. That's 100k of every res. Alright, and while we're waiting for the lobby to launch, I will be right back. Once you mine your gold and chop all the trees, island is kind of useless. Yeah, you need to migrate at some point. What exactly that point is, I don't know, but you do have to. And it'll be Nomad. Oh, they're not going Arena, they're going Nomad. That is USD. That is USD. 17,000 from World's Edge, and the rest of it has been from generous donations. Huns for Nomad now with the horse. Huns. And also, we have follower goals. If we do hit 15k followers, I will add another $500 to the prize pool. And sub goals, if we hit 300 for Partner Plus, I'll add another $1,000 to the prize pool. Over to capture age. Here we are. Get this set up too. So welcome to Nomad. And we will have saymyname and Quangtri's Huns and Byzantines. Byzantines for Nomad? What is this civ pick? And Italians and Lithuanians, that makes sense as a Nomad civ for Cishkan and Margougou. I have to think now. Have I ever seen Byzantines picked for Nomad? They should know they're there. I think the TCs will have line of sight when they go up. Maybe they haven't scouted each other yet. They'll have some romantic TCs. Say my name in the yellow right next to this. 3 TCs on one screen. I guess I can zoom out and capture age though. We put all the TCs on one screen. If we zoom out, that's cheating. 2 TCs on an original Age of Empires sized viewing box. So let's look at the overlap. Yeah, they overlap quite a bit. Almost lowering your board to your opponent with their TC range. So fighting over this wood, neither player will be able to take it all that well. And Italians, Byzantines. Italians may be the better uptiming here. Byzantines with a dock would probably want to be right next to an enemy dock to do fires and go up fast. Dock from Margougou over here. And where did Cishkan dock, actually? Oh, there it is. Blends in with the water a bit to the top right. Right. So dock's very far apart from everyone. See hill forts. Here, Lithuanians. Feels like we get civs or good counters. Huns, what the Huns do is they have a good economy. Just they use that horse early to get the sheep. But if you're in a position where you're right next to each other like this, I don't think that's gonna matter. If it's the Dark Age before you really run out of other foods that matters. I mean, you do have extra hit points on the Byzantine town center. Maybe you could just delete and douche from here. Say, okay, how much help that horse will give, and if they get pressured by Italians or Huns are going to have a hard time. Well, I think Huns, if they get to heavy cav archers, are pretty fine against against Lithuanians. Italians are a different story. And thank you, Stetsis, for the follow. So for free boom Lithuanians, you don't want to let them get all the relics, but against free boom Huns, cav archer should be nice. You're just worried about the skirms at that point. Fires Castle Drop, Fasting Monk Treb, CA play from the Huns. Acro calling the game already. I wouldn't worry about the Huns being too overly aggressive with a Castle Drop, though, just because that's leaving Margougou free to boom. Oh, the Panda Rock! The Panda Rock! Yes, it's here! Everyone admire the Panda Rock in all its majesty. Panda's gonna climb around. Climb around. There he goes. There he goes. Carefully, he's gonna try to climb up the rock. Oh no, he's gonna sit there. He's gonna jump for it, and oh, he doesn't make it. He doesn't make it. He's gonna climb over here. And he's gonna jump off the back. There he goes. Oh, cannonball. There's no water there. Oh, look, he's coming around for another pass. The deer run from this? No, they're just walking around, right? Yeah, okay, they're just walking. Yeah, I put one of these on Nomad. There he goes again. There you go. Will he make it this time? Will he make it? Jump for it. Oh, no. That's a small looping animation for the pandas. That's cute. Other than the math features, that was my favorite part of the DLC. Yeah, they added monks and castles, but they also added pandas. Cancel gameplay evaluation. We can spectate that all game. Yeah, I should just have a 24-hour stream. It'll be the cam of the pandas. I think that would get boring. They don't have enough time in the animation for that much content, but it would be fun. Yeah, you can't hunt them. No, Haranar, you can't hunt them. So feudal for everyone, but first for Cishkan, as the Italians has a barracks up, and he could do a military building. We'll see if he goes archers or scouts or towers, and it will be an archery range. Pandas, please. We saw the entire animation. It just loops. It just loops. You can watch on YouTube and replay the VOD, and you'll see it again. Anyway, we have a tower going up, defensive tower for Quang-Tri, but this tower will cover everything. Both towers cover the entire wood line. And Quang-Tri didn't quite get the tower finished in time. He's just going to send his entire village to raise the tower. And that will go up. Maybe they can 2v1 blue into being irrelevant. Well, that's gonna have to lead to a carry from Margougou then. He's gonna have to use the power of those pandas to carry. So horse, the hunting horse still running around for saymyname. Keeping tabs on what Margougou is up to. On the water, no real navy, just one fire galley here from Quang-Tri, and he's going to sail past his ally first. Castle Age on the way for saymyname, also on the way for Margougou. So, tower fight commencing here. I have an X on the other side. Ooh, a couple of vills from Cishkan, or a couple of archers from Cishkan going to find a vill from Quang-Tri. Try to whittle down the HP. No fletching yet on the archers. Yeah, Byzantine building health. That's true. That's a good point to the tower rush. The extra HP that the buildings have really does pay off in the tower war for the Byzantines. But Quang-Tri and saymyname still with the score lead. And skirms now. Skirms from saymyname. Doing a second range in skirms. On the water, fish still coming in. A couple more fires for Quang-Tri. Power goes up, and again we're having that tower fight. As the skirm is hitting the range, more archers on the way. On the outside, fishing ships going down to the fire, so that fire from Quang-Tri getting some value now, taking out Cishkan's fish. Cishkan has one fishing ship still working, he has 0 fishing ships now. Margougou up. And hello Jantress on Twitch, how you doing? And a castle for Margougou. Mill going up on the berries. Perfect L shape for the mill. And Full Metal Zim, thank you for gifting a sub to Jan Chess. Now build a unit upgrade to guard tower to double down on the tower war. Ah, yes. Well, neither player in Castle Age yet. Gotta go to a feudal before you can think about going to university. These universities don't accept just anyone these days. And quick walling just to keep the archers by the TC, not necessary. As they won't run through. Or maybe necessary because the tower would maybe go up otherwise. I don't know. Oh, Jan Chess gifting the sub back to Full Metal's in. We have cav archers though. Hunnic cav archers. Start with their horses, go to the cav archers, we'll pick off a ville here. Okay, yes, indeed. Cishkan know that he has stone in the back. It's a 9-ville start. You probably have good scouting of your map, but not this time, it would seem. He doesn't see that stone. He sees the forward stone. He might be scouting for it, but no, he does not see the easy stone he has to take. Okay, it's a lot of pigs by the TC. And TC going up for Margougou, but the cav archers are there. He's already getting at the late shy, though. And keep an eye on the relics, 0 to 0. And he's going to try to find ways to keep the late shy useful. Okay, now just more villas from Cishkan. Cav archers could raid here, but the real scary thing will be the late shy. Ooh, scary. As I say that, the Hunnic horse runs into one. And blows the gift subs. The fish have also gone down on for everyone on the baguettes. 8 and 4. Or say my name in Guangtree. Good team tournament after a long time. Well, thank you very much, Tokugawa, for watching. Glad you're enjoying. So fishing ship's going down. Had to be castle drop from Margougou, now it's GG. You think this had to be a forward castle? I mean, could have been insane if you got a castle right in this area. Going for the defensive castle in the late chai. Now it's going to be a TC for saymyname. Yeah, I didn't think this set would be a sweep. It does feel like Vietnam taking a good lead. I mean, the ville counts are still the same, but they've won the water and they're heading score pretty well. Late chai can't deny the TC in time. More vills being sent. The TC finally goes up. I would have imagined these two teams being very equally matched. I wasn't expecting it to culminate in a sweep. More fun if you're playing with randos who resign? I don't know about that. I think they're very fun when you have a team together and you can prepare and have a strategy. Everything on the water blinking because Guangtree is won, and he is up to the castle age now, so he will be beating Cishkan up to castle. And unless Margougou can do a lot of damage to the late shy, one of which is going back now, this is looking pretty good for Vietnam. He's Emerald saying it's no problem. You don't think it's a problem that Guangtree is up to castle and Cishkan is nowhere close? I'm kind of surprised Baguettes opted to play Nomad instead of Zawal, but maybe they figured they need to win this anyway. Vietnam is a team that I think will be exceptionally good on Nomad. Yeah, I think the thing that really stood out to me, right, is just that first game, the Khmer build from Quang Tri. Being so far ahead of everyone else in food. So a couple of vills go down here and there. That castle age now is really scary. As Cishkan is stuck as Italians and feudal. And what can you do then? Skirms, maybe. And we're gonna have some market usage. Market usage for Cishkan to try to go up. And we're living the booming life. Xing a blue X, he says. Oh no, there's a workshop. He says, Margougou, that workshop contains the end of our tournament run, potentially. That mangonel can pop out in time. I mean, I have about the team games, been on both sides of one player resigns early and the other team still wins. So Archer is cleaned by some cav archers, Cishkan losing the rest of his army. He's finally up. At least it's cheaper for the Italians. Cheaper, but how do they stop the cav archers now? That's a good mass. You need the Lithuanian. I don't know what even do you do here? Do you do? Ooh, just what about? Okay, I got it. He can do hill forts, and then he'll have extra range on the town centers, so the cav archers can't damage the TCs. All right, that's it. Hill forts. This is the situation for it. If the vills were garrisoned and had hill forts, then they wouldn't be dying there. So latest Scorpion will have more Xing over here. A wood line chopped enough the TC is hitting it. Also versus the mangonel, that's true. Hill forts versus the mangonel. No luxury for the Italian player with that, though. Now, there is a castle, not an aggressive castle, more of a defensive castle. This one is Hun's a good safe on Nomad. Since they got their horse, since they got the Hun horse and they can run around and grab all the herdables. Okay, well, this is what Margougou needs. This is what he needs. He needs to find a bunch of villagers, and now Margougou's going to be the one with the castle on the hill. Okay, Margougou's trying to make something happen here, trying to cook a bit. And that village doesn't look insurmountable. It's about 20 vills. And the cav archer's still around, but Gets at least have good vill counts. We're still delayed with your dock. I need to rack my brain for that when the 9 vil start. I'm not sure. And Sato, thank you for the raid. Is Sato raiding because he's giving up on the baguettes? Is he saying Margougou and Cishkan are down 2-0 when he doesn't have faith in this game? Hello, raiders, indeed. Welcome, everyone. Hope you've been enjoying Cartographers so far. I'll be excited to see Sato playing. Well, I mean, it is Margougou who needs to carry. And Hong22222, thank you for the follow. Here's another castle up. And cav archers patrolling back and forth. You see going up again for Cishkan, but he's falling behind in score, falling behind in vills compared to everyone else. Even as the Italians. That imp is going to be quite late. And then, how do you remove this castle? Is it or how do you remove this castle? How do you remove this Byzantine's castle? This is a good one for Margougou, but the Byzantine's castle has a lot of HP. Cishkan Rams. Is he going Rams? Or Ram Push might be his only option against that castle then. Chai going down there. I'll have a castle on the left for Margougou. Okay, he's finding something to castle drop, not letting Quang Tri gain access to that free gold. Is this the Silver League? Yes. Mangonel's working on the TC of saymyname. Okay, both up to Imp. Where are the Imp TCs? That one's not currently threatened. This one's not currently threatened. Imp TCs in safe spots. Won the... You mean they lost against Slam ACCM? Mangonel's going for the range. And both players Imp. I guess the only thing that's really paying off for them is that Byzantine player is low pop. And Genoese crossbowman should be a good counter to what the Huns can do. On the Elos, I think if you type match, you'll find them. You need that pound symbol in the command. Let's see if the bot handles that. Oh, no spec dashboard? Alright, well, Sato is usually like 2k8 on the ladder. And Margougou, I think 2k5, just for reference. And then Cishkan, I don't know. I don't know if he's around Margougou or a bit lower. A castle on the side for Quang Tri. And Quang Tri and saymyname, I have no idea what their elos are. Saymyname is a very, very long time player. So whatever elo he has, he's very good. I don't know, just for reference to compare to the other French players. They're all above 1k. Did he kill his own Scorps? Yeah. Yeah, Sato and Mihai together. So, there we are. 3-0 for Vietnam. And honestly, this was a really... I thought the baguettes were going to be a lot more competitive. This set was pretty fast. And, well, Huns on Nomad. Huns on Nomad. Is Hera playing? Yes, Hera is teaming with Doubt. 60 kills. Those Cav archers that saymyname did were devastating to this eco down here from Margougou too. I mean, great start with the horse. Didn't lose on the water. And then I'm kind of surprised the baguettes didn't go to play arena, but I suppose they figured they would try to get Nomad out of the way. The brackets by not playing team games. Oh, that's the hard thing. I mean, Quang Tri and saymyname, I have no idea how to rate these two. List. I mean, it didn't even seem like they were improperly rated when I looked at the standings. Like I mean, you could look at Hart and Leary and say, yeah, maybe they're a bit low because Leary hasn't played enough team games. But these two, I don't know. That was really nice from them. A strong, an extra strong showing. And like I said, especially both that Khmer build in the first game and the credit not to lose to the Vikings on the water. And Byzantine works on Nomad. Like I was saying, I've never seen the Byzantines played or picked for a Nomad map, but they worked here. Like Italians, Lithuanians, of course. Huns, that makes sense, but Byzantines on Nomad. I was thinking when I first saw the draft that this would be for Spiral or for Arena. But yeah, Cuman's Britons are what VNA had been playing on Arena. Byzantines, I guess they work everywhere, right? I mean, you have great fires, and if you have Byzantine fires, maybe that just helps you win the water. So that was a quick set. But amazing play from VNA. I mean, saymyname, he has been around for a long time. Let's grab civs. So that's Byzantines and Huns for Nomad. I mean, before the Hun horse, never in a million years would I have thought Byzantines and Huns were the winning composition on Nomad. But over Italians, then very first picked Italians too. Italians and Lithuanians. Yeah, imp timing for Biz could be 2v2. I mean, could be important in the 2v2. I have 3 brothers? Nope, I'm an only child. So, alright. That is, let me check the calendar real quick. For other matches and just see what the schedule will be. And, alright, nothing else on the schedule for today, but tomorrow at 9 a.m. for me, that is 13 GMT, we'll have Taiwan versus the Amigos. Which Taiwan team is that? Is that the Sato team or the MBL team? It's the smiley face tag. Either the other one is Let's Go tag. Let me check the seating list. Which is this? His tag smiley is Sato and Mihai, so it'll be Sato and Mihai against the Amigos at 13 GMT tomorrow. So I'll be streaming that. That's Sato and Mihai against Yanji and Avalas. So I'm looking forward to that. Not that. Pretty sure Yanji and Avalas will pick some Black Forest. Although Sato is the Rage. Sato and Mihai have won Rage Forest before. Oh my gosh, that would be an amazing Black Forest game if we see that. I hope we do. Anyway, I need to go and get a file uploaded for Massmore for the podcast. So more games today, no more games today, but back tomorrow. Can't wait for T90 to win the Silver League. Can't wait to cast more T90 games. Oh, GG's. Thank you for the raid, Sato. But we're going to be ending pretty quickly. You can rest assured we'll be casting Satoto tomorrow. So who is online right now? Streaming. I'd say someone's streaming in English, but I guess we could read someone in French too. You know, we can raid Ozone. He's playing in the event too. We can raid Ozone. Thank you all very much for watching. Let me stop the stream on YouTube too before I forget to do that. Thank you on YouTube. I'll see you guys all tomorrow as well.